videos, and I'm not telling anybody about this. So if you find this on YouTube, there's a reason, because I'm not posting links or anything. So as we go along with these videos, I'll kind of give you a little info, but I did move back to my hometown after 30 years and thought it would be lonelier than what I was used to in a bigger town. And it turns out not only am I so busy, I hardly have time to do anything, but the friendships that I've rekindled here mean the world to me. So part of that is a book club. It's so not what we would usually do, and I'll give you details on that, but we're reading The Alchemist. And there's a reason, I'm not going to read it to you, but there's a reason I'm going to share some of the things that I underlined just in the introduction. And it's in this version of The Alchemist. And I'm going to get to why I made this video. If you'll just bear with me. I'm doing this because to be honest with you, in my work, I see a lot of people who are suffering and very lonely, and also dealing with issues like PTSD and feeling unloved. And I own a natural health store, so people come to me for all different reasons, but a lot of times it's they're just tired and they're lonely, and their health issues stem from bad things that have happened in their lives, and I want to make that better. So if you found this video, seriously, there's a reason for it. Okay, so one of the things that in this introduction that really stood out to me was the 4 obstacles of why we don't fulfill our dreams, our personal legend. Like, why aren't we fulfilling our personal legends? 1, first, we are told from childhood onward that everything we want to do is impossible. And so, that's by everyone, and people who mean well and people who don't necessarily mean well, people who are afraid of being abandoned by you, so they want to keep you down to their level. Does this sound familiar? How about you have sociopathic parents, or just people who can't get out of the mindset of their own small life, small living, small frequency. And so all they can see is small, and how dare you? How dare you try to do something bigger and better? And so that's one of the obstacles. The second one is love. And I think this is really interesting. Paulo Coelho, I don't know, I'm probably saying that wrong, says that we know what we want to do, but are afraid of hurting those around us by abandoning everything. And that's another thing, is other people don't want us to abandon them. But then also we know, we have that feeling like, if I do this, I'm going to get all ahead of all my other friends, and I don't want to lose them, or I don't want them to think I'm better than them, or, there's a lot of issues there. Okay, the next one is the fear of defeats that will meet us on the path, right? And that's pretty self-explanatory. So is the fear of defeat greater than the fear of success? I think the fear of defeat is as great as the feeling of failure, that familiar feeling of failure. And I think that's what he was trying to explain here with number 4, is then comes the 4th obstacle, the fear of realizing the dream for which we fought our lives. Look, we're all walking on this, whatever path you're on it. You're walking it. And so many times there's so many blind people who want to criticize you while they are stumbling down their own paths. And the answer to that, the answer to criticism from other people, is to love them more. And the answer, I'm going to cry because it's so true. The answer to people who want to keep you down is to love them by showing them it can happen. You don't have to wear them around your neck to love them. Here's something else he wrote I just want to share with you. Okay, the mere I'm sorry, I apologize. The mere possibility of getting what we want fills the soul of the ordinary person with guilt. And I think I deal with guilt. I think every human being does. I don't think it's just me. You know, the guilt of success in all kinds of little things. The guilt of thinking about your life in a certain way that other people don't. There's also the guilt of hurting people, or the guilt of not treating yourself as well as you should have. Those things as well. I don't have the answers to all of that, but what I do know that there is an answer to every problem, and that is, how can you live? How does love make that look? How can you love into a solution? And for some people, that is hard to see. Like, what would this look like? You don't even have to act on it, but just think for a second. What would this look like if I treated this whole situation and everybody involved with unconditional love? Here's the last part from the introduction it's actually the last couple of sentences. But if you believe yourself worthy of the thing you fought so hard to get, then you become an instrument of God. You help the soul of the world, and you understand why you are here. Okay. Jesus Christ, right? Okay, to understand why you're here on this planet at this time, doing what you're doing, to become an instrument of God, to help the soul of the world. These are like three amazing giant. I mean, what else could we want out of our lives at the end, you know? To do those three things, you have to believe yourself worthy of the thing you fought so hard to get. So to accomplish these three great things in life for the world and for God, the secret is to believe yourself worthy. So, why am I making this video? I don't know. But I want you, hopefully, if you're watching this, I just want you to know that you are worthy. And here's why. If you've had an idea in your mind, that means that you're worthy. There is no way you would have some sort of idea of what you're supposed to do in this life and you not be worthy of that. Now, there's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way, like any video game, just like life. You're going to have to chop down things and fight, and you're going to have to survive, and maybe you'll fall down a bunch and get back up. It's the game. And if you truly believe in your heart that you're worthy, and you are, then your life means, I can't even think of anything greater than those three things he's explaining. So, how do we do this? Besides me telling you, you don't know me, you know, like, how do I tell you, you are so worthy and you are so loved? And if it takes you just listening to me, I don't even know who would last this long because I'm just rambling. So if you're here and you're listening to me by the end of this video, I want you to listen to me right now. I love you. And I know that you are worthy. Do not doubt this. Do not think for 1 second that you're not worthy of the greatest thought you've ever had in your mind. You can do this. You should do this. And we're depending on you to save the world. Please. Okay. So I guess I got that off my chest. If you want to say hello to me, I would love that. And if you want to talk it out, I would love that too. And just say hello anytime. Okay, so I think I'm going to do these as I feel like it. And the only reason I'm doing it is I'm hoping to give people love and to help the world.